friends. Today is Sunday, August 3rd, 2025, and this is Flosstube episode number 18. If you're new here, my name is Maggie and I live in Northwest Arkansas, and this is a channel all about cross stitch and other crafts. So I have a lot to share with you guys today. It's been about a month since my last video. It might be a long one today, I don't know. So settle in and hope you enjoy the things that I have to show you today. I think you will. I have some fun things, I think, to share today. So just to give you a little bit of a life update, gosh, July was different. Big changes are going on around here. In a good way. About mid-month, I started a new job, and it's basically the same type of work that I was doing before. What changed the most for me is it is a hybrid situation. So if you followed me for any length of time, you know that I have been working from home for the past, gosh, 10, 12 years. So this position is actually a hybrid situation where I am working from home Monday and Friday, and I drive into the office on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursdays. So that was a huge change for me, and it was a bit of an adjustment, but I will tell you, I think it was good for me for a few reasons. One of those reasons just being, I feel like I'm a morning person anyway, and so just establishing that routine, a new routine of getting up early and actually getting ready to go and see people. Before, I could just, wake up 30 minutes to an hour before I needed to get in front of the computer and just wear my yoga pants and t-shirts. And this job now requires me to get up earlier. So I've been getting up about 5:30. I always shower, but I shower and get ready. But the big difference is I actually put on, business casual clothes and put makeup on and actually get ready. And then make that drive into the office to see people. And so just having that human connection, I feel like has been really good for me too. I'm an introvert, helps with my social skills, I guess I would say. And thankfully, it's only about 15-20 minutes from our house, so it's not a terrible drive at all. So that was a big change for me. The last 2 weeks of July, my boys attended, it was actually Jacob, my youngest, high school band camp. He's also in percussion, like Jonah, like his older brother Jonah. And this year, with Jonah graduating back in May, the director contacted him and asked him if he would like to basically assist the percussion group and get paid. So it was a paying job for him, and his brother got to hang out again, doing what they love, which is percussion. So they've been busy the last couple of weeks. Wednesday, Jonah moves into the dorm at the University of Arkansas. So it's going to be a huge change. We have been ordering things like crazy on Amazon for his dorm. We went and picked up the last of the things. We went to Target and found the rest of the things that we needed, or that he needed. And we have all that staged and ready to go in our dining room. And he moves in on Wednesday. So his dad and I took off the day at work, and we're going to help him move in, and immediately starts 12-hour, I think he said they were 12-hour days of kind of like his own band camp before the semester starts. But he's looking forward to it, and so are we. I think the football season starts at the end of August. We got tickets now for all of the home games, so we're looking forward to seeing him on the field. But yeah, big changes have happened here this summer with the new job and Jonah going off to college. So, and our youngest is starting high school, so that's a big thing for him as well. So lots of change, good changes, but it's shaking things up around here a little bit. I thought that I would start with some new starts that I've started over the last month. The first I will start with is SAF, a start and a finish. And this is, you guys will remember, I showed this in a previous video. It's Trick or Treat by the Victoria Sampler. And I had decided, this is like a belt pull that you could stitch. And I had decided to stitch these Trick or Treat scenes individually, here and here. and just make little pillows or smalls out of them so that I could then start to fill up this shelf that I got from Michael's. So this is from this year. I showed this in a previous video. You can find it online or in Michael's stores. But I thought that this would be super fun to just stitch up some smalls and fill the shelves and just display it during the Halloween season. So I got 2 finishes. So the first one I stitched was this little scene. Let me get my board. These are so teeny tiny. I mean, this is against my hand. I mean, these are so tiny. So cute. Hopefully you can see that okay. The lighting is a little bit dark. But these stitched up super quick. I mean, like a day and a half for this one. And I stitched it on like a 32 count Lugana. I'm sorry, I don't know the color. It was just some random scrap that I found in my stash. But it is just so cute. Look at the little skeleton, the details in the skeleton. It's crazy to me how detailed these, and how small it is, but how detailed it is. Their faces, all of their faces and this bat are all 1/1. There's some 1/1 stitching in the cat as well. And the rest of it's just 2/2. But isn't it cute? Oh gosh, it's so sweet. I just love it so much. That little cat with those little pumpkins, it's darling. So I finished that one, and then I started and finished the second one. And it's a similar scene. This one I made a little change. So you'll notice that it's this one right here. This one had a little devil. Let me move this shelf out of the way. This little devil here, and I changed it to be a little dinosaur. So my boys loved dinosaurs when they were little, and also my grandson loves dinosaurs right now. And so I thought I would just personalize it a little bit and just turned him into a little dinosaur. So now I've got 2 of these finished. I'll show them to you side by side because they're just so cute. And I don't know how I'm gonna finish them yet. If I'm gonna use if I'm gonna make like pillows, or they're so cute. If I'm gonna make pillows or some kind of like little board or something. But these are gonna be so cute in that shelf. So now I'm thinking that I need to make find other trick or treat themed patterns and just put in like a trick-or-treat theme in this shelf. Since it's like a house, you know. But so I need to be on the lookout for more patterns. And I will tell you, I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Victoria sampler patterns or not, but I wasn't until I found this booklet. I just found this randomly at one of my local LNS's. I want to say it was the Silver Needle in Tulsa is where I found this. I hadn't heard of it, and what caught my eye was the trick-or-treaters, obviously, but on the back she just has a little write-up, and I thought I would read it because it really resonated with me, what she said. She said, when I was a little girl of 8, my family immigrated to Canada. In the fall of that year, I learned about Halloween at school. We were to dress up in a sheet, run around the neighborhood with my friends, and say trick or treat at various doors, for which I was given candy. I was stunned. What a wonderful childhood fantasy. I had never heard of such a thing before, and I became an instant fan of trick or treating. Those were the days when householders didn't dress up as much, but handed out handfuls of great candies, craft caramels, chips, and apples. I learned the ropes quickly. The man on the corner could be counted on for 2 chocolate bars, and the sweet lady around the corner always gave us hot chocolate at the end of the evening. I shivered with the anticipation of those dark Halloween evenings when I was allowed out. What What fun to be with my friends, roaming the streets, lit only by lamplight. Things have changed a bit since then. Children are no longer roaming the streets by themselves, and the neighbors are as likely to dress up as the kids are. But the magic of Halloween has only increased. This chart celebrates the Halloweens of my childhood. You can enjoy stitching this sampler of the trick-or-treating on dirty linen with lovely overlays. That talks about how she finished it. But that just resonated with me. And, you know, that's why I love it too. Going back to the Victoria sampler, I wasn't familiar with her patterns until I came across that one. And if you go online and just type in, it's actually on her website, if you go to the Victoria Sampler website, but I wanted to show you a couple of more of these. This one is called Stitchin' Witches. It's another sampler, like long, thin sampler. Let me zoom in here. But isn't that cute? Oh, I definitely want to stitch some more of these. This is obviously the one that I have here. Let's see, what else does she have? This one's cute. This one is called Pumpkin Patch Farm. I mean, they are just so cute. So I might find some more of these and stitch up more so they kind of like go with the theme. And they're, you know, super small so that they'll fit in that little house. But I love that. I loved how those turned out, and they stitched up really quick. So I'm glad that I pulled those out to work on them. Okay, so the next thing that I worked on, I am participating in 2 sales right now. The first is this one, Away We Ride by Blackbird Designs. I am participating in a sale with Megan at the Sassy Southern Stitcher, and we started this one on 7/15. I am stitching mine on, let me show you the progress that I've made here. So I went a little bit different. So the pattern, the model is stitched on a lighter color, and I decided to use this color here of fabric. And then I made changes to the colors of the floss, and I just picked some from my stash of what I thought looked good on the color of the fabric. But this is 28 count Seraphim Lugana called Fool's Gold. And I think I'm definitely gonna have to go with some different colors here. Like some of that lighter color there matches my fabric, so I'm definitely gonna have to change those colors. But for the most part, I just picked ones that were similar. And I think I even maybe have she's charted all of this in Fancy Floss, but I did DMC conversion for all of it. The only one that I didn't change, I think I changed them all. I think I did. I had a couple that were Fancy Floss that were the same, but most of them were just DMC conversion that I had in my stash. So not a lot of progress, but definitely, I think this was a couple of nights stitching after work. So I'm enjoying this sal with Megan. This is a needle minder that I made from an enamel pin. I just popped off the back and super glued on a magnet from Amazon, and it's super cute. I have lots of them. They're my favorite needle minders that I own, or the ones that I've made using enamel pins. So sal that I'm participating in is this one. This is the Witch's Hollow by Autumn Lane Stitchery. And this one is a sal that I'm doing with Adelaide from Adelaide Stitches. And she started it for her birthday on 7/22. I didn't actually start mine until 7/27, but the sal is called Orange Fabric Sal. So if you can pick anything you want, just stitch it on any kind of orange fabric. And so she's stitching this one also, and this is how far I've gotten. I've put a couple of days into this one, all the black, and then I started on that purple, and I just love that purple and orange. I just love it. I'm stitching this on a Zweigart Lugana 32 count colored pumpkin Lugana. There's not any modeling in it, I don't think at all, but I do love the color, and I think it's going to be really pretty when it's finished. Love that purple. I cannot wait to get to the sky. There's lots of us out here that started this Sal. The other one that comes to mind is Rho and Kylie from Rho's Crafty Corner. I think Kylie has stitched a lot of the sky already on her orange fabric, and it looks fantastic. So you should go check that out. So pretty. I love it. That's full coverage here at the top, so it'll take a little while. But it's kind of blocky, you know, block stitching, so it should go fairly quickly. So there's that one. So those are my two new starts, and the SAF. Let's see. The next thing that I worked on was another new start. So this one I actually was a planned new start. Those other two weren't planned since the last time. Were they planned? Maybe. I may have planned them. But this was a long-term plan. So I had this in mind to do this like in November. I had this picked out whenever Adelaide from Adelaide Stitches, when she showed her finish it was one of her December videos. She showed her finish, and I was like, okay, I need that. So this is called Christmas Wonderland by Caterpillar Crossstitch. And you can, I found the pattern on Etsy. You can order a PDF download. And so I had decided back in November, December that I was going to save this and start it for Christmas in July. And I did. And I made some progress, you guys. I started this and I couldn't put it down. So I got all of the rink finished and that tree and one little person. This is stitched on 32 count Stormy Lugana. It's a Lugana Zweigart from Lindy Stitches. Oh, I love it. It's so cute. It's so hard to put this one down. When I had to force myself to put this one down to work on my other ones the last few days. I can't wait to get to some of the other, like the houses and things around. Like, it's just so colorful. I love it so much. You know, I think I love it so much because it reminds me of a Hallmark movie, and I love Hallmark Christmas movies. That tree is just so pretty. So many colors. Yeah, I got a long way to go, but it's really fun when I went to work on this one. So I'm excited to get back to it and fill in those people. I'm going to fully finish the rink before I start branching out and figure out which direction I want to go. Maybe here. I'll probably start with these houses here and get some more color into it. So this was exciting. I love this one so much. Okay, so lots of new starts. The one thing that I did work on that I am super excited about is my Judith Kirby Halloween houses. So if you guys have watched me for any length of time, you know that these are my unicorn charts. I found them on eBay years ago. I think you can get them online in a store in Michigan still, but like I said, I found mine on eBay. But these are definitely my two favorite charts ever. I'm gonna stitch them together like this to make one scene. And you guys know I had started I started with this side, and I had, the last time you saw it, I had stitched all of the house and the gate and the pumpkin, and then like this I started making my way up the tree a little bit, and that's as far as I had gotten. And so I picked it back up last night, And I finished it. I finished the left side. So the left side is fully finished, and I am now ready to move on to the next side. Oh, let me fix my, sorry, these are still in my Q snaps because I was literally working on this last night. Doesn't it look so good? Oh, I love it so much. So I stitched everything what called for. This is also that 32 count Stormy Night Lugana that I have the Christmas Wonderland on, and I will show you the picture next to it. So I haven't done the border yet. I was debating whether or not to do the border, just that line around the pattern. I haven't done it yet. Obviously, I didn't really want to do it, but I feel like I need to do it because this web here anchors to it. You see that? So I don't know. Without it, it just kind of hangs like, there's nothing really attaching this web here. So I don't know if I want to try to figure out like how to extend the tree branch out or something, or if I just want to go ahead and stitch the border. I don't know. I love it just like it is. I wish I didn't have to stitch the border. You guys will have to tell me what you think. Gosh, I love it so much. That back stitch in that tree was no joke. I finished all that last night. I love this one. So now I will start working over here in this this fence to start putting in the second house. So this is Halloween house number 9, and this is number 15. Is that right? Yeah. And then they'll look like this when it's finished. So yeah, I will pick it back up and start working here the next time that I work on this. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. And then I think that's all that I worked on cross-stitch wise. Like I said, with that new job, that kind of threw me for a loop because there were days I came home and I didn't want to use my brain anymore, so I just didn't feel like counting. The last time I showed this pattern here, this was one that I had started. This is my first full coverage that I ever started, and I started it in with Lacey from the Sleepy Stitcher. It was her birthday sale back in March, on March 15th. And I started it with her, and I started it on it like a Lugana. And it's right here, I'll show you. So I put in, a little over 1,000 stitches, but rookie mistake. I should have used an Aida because full coverage on Lugana is crazy. It's no joke. Like I just struggle finding the holes, and it's hard to bounce around really. And with confetti stitching especially, you really need the ease of like being able to bounce around. So I decided to restart it, and I had just found this Aida, just this white Aida. I think I got it from 123 Stitch, and it was super stiff. And I had asked you guys last time, tips for how to make it not so stiff. Thank you guys so much. There were so many people that had given me tips on how to do that. So I rinsed this in hot water, super hot water, and man, I didn't realize that that's why it was so stiff, is because it was so starchy, but that water turned like white. I didn't have any idea. Like, this is my first time like washing a fabric or, even stitching with like this, just a white Aida like this. So I had no idea. But yeah, so there was a ton of starch that washed out of it. And then I just, I had used my pinking shears to, some of these edges are already stitched, but the ones that weren't, I just used my pinking shears to kind of set that edge so that it wouldn't fray. And I just popped it in the dryer on a low setting for a little bit, and then laid the rest, laid it out overnight to dry. And it's definitely less crunchy than it was. It's still kind of crunchy, but I don't think it's a big deal anymore. I believe this is like a 16 count Aida, maybe. Did I write that down? I don't think I did. It's either 14 or 16, but I want to say it's 16. But yeah, so I'm ready to go now, and that one has been calling to me to get back to it. So definitely plans, if you will, for the next time is I'm going to get another start on this pattern on the Aida and see if that doesn't go a little faster and be a little bit more enjoyable for me, because I love this one so much. So this was, like I said, this was part of the birthday sal for Lacey, and the sal, I guess, requirements or whatever, was full coverage, anything colorful. So I had picked this Disneyland map. I found this map on Etsy. I'll link it for you below. And anything else that I talk about that you can purchase online, I'll link it down below in the description box. This is, I believe this is the information here if you want to know the shop name. But super cheap, and it's just a PDF download. I love it because I can look at the full pattern and just kind of move around how I want using my iPad in, what is that, Crossstitch app? My mind just went blank. Markup, RXP. And then it can, you know, track my stitching and stuff like that too. So I'm excited to get back to this one. Hopefully you'll see another new start on this. Look at all this floss. I think there's, what does it say? 110 DMC, and it's all in this bag. Isn't that nuts? So I to organize it, I just threw the floss in there, but as I'm using colors, and of course this is now, I've restarted it, but as I'm using colors, I actually am putting them on these floss drops. These floss drops, can't talk. And these are the ones where you can just, you know, write the DMC color name or whatever floss name. So the colors I had used up to that point, I just started putting them on a ring, and the rest are just as they come. But I'll continue to do that, and I'm just going to start exactly where I started before and try to make up the exact same progress I had before on this Aida, and see how far I can get the next time you see me. Hopefully I'll have a decent start on that. Maybe have another 1,000 stitches put back in it so I can put this in my normal rotation again, because I miss it. It's been calling to me. Another one that I'm just moving right into plans apparently, that has been calling to me lately is this one. Very popular, Halloween at Hawk Run Hollow, Carriage House Samplings. Is that right? Yeah, Carriage House Samplings. There's another picture of it on the back. This is so cool. It's such a cool one. And I had started this as a New Year's Eve start, kind of like a 12 for 12. Like I just worked on it from like that afternoon all the way into midnight. And this is the progress that I had made. I think I started a couple of days prior to that because I was just so excited I couldn't wait. But I've almost got that first block finished of the witches. So this one's been calling to me again. I think I'm going to pick it up and at least get that first block, the center block, stitched before I put it back down again once I pick it up. Because I'm really close. I just have the pumpkin and the cat here, and the owl and the pumpkin here, and then like the witch, the other witch, and the feet on the other one. I'm really close. And this one, like I said, it's been calling to me. I really like it. This is stitched on like a 14 count Aida. Gosh, look how big this thing is. It's huge. I know I've written down what I'm stitching this on. Let me find it for you guys so you know. Let's see, it is 14 count Atomic Ranch Aida in the color Asland, if you're curious. So I really like the modeling in it. And like I said, I'm really close to finishing that first block. So I think I'm gonna do that this season, just get it finished and maybe start working on the, like outlining the other blocks so I can kind of bounce around, so I don't get bored with it. Because I'm excited to have that one out and finished and put it. I'll definitely frame it whenever we finish, and that will be a fun addition to our Halloween decorations. You guys remember, if you've watched for any length of time, that I put together this, I found this door knocker, the door hanger from Hobby Lobby, and I spray painted it back black, and I added the magnets. And then I'm doing this photo booth series, and I had finished, fully finished 4 of them. I'm doing the ones that are like the seasonal ones because I wanted to hang it here in my office. Let's see if I can hold all these again. You guys have seen these before if you watch me for any length of time. And I've also shared these in my last mid-year whip parade. So yeah, they're super fun, and I thought that I missed the 4th of July, Easter. I missed that one, and 4th of July, and I kind of felt the itch to get back to this project. And so I thought I would look ahead and stitch this one next. So this one's called Frankenboo. And it's really cute. But just have this one stitched up and ready to go, and then I can display this one through September and October. And then there's a Thanksgiving one, and then I would put the Christmas one back on there. So yeah, I think I'm gonna get back to this one. I don't have fabric picked out yet, or the floss, so I need to do that. But I definitely wanna get back to it. And then, I mean, as far as other plans go, I'm gonna continue to work on the whips that I showed you, the new starts and the whips and the sowls. So we will see how much progress I can make for the next time that you see me. Another thing that I have got laid out here that I'm gonna start working on are, I had started my son's, it's these books that I do for their band. My youngest is starting in high school, like I said, and this is his band book for his freshman year. These albums are Ali Edwards. You can go on the Ali Edwards website and purchase these. Are just 6x8 albums, and they come with these inserts. So I haven't started his. I've showed in the past where I actually finished 3 albums for my my middle son Jonah for band. So he's got one now for his freshman, sophomore year is one, sophomore, junior year is one, and then he's got one that's just senior year. So I finished those up and gave those to him. And then I started this one. This is just a Christmas album from Ali Edwards website, and you can actually still purchase it. And I don't know if I'm gonna keep this one for his U of A band book, but that's what I started because it's the only one I had. But if I find a different one a different like red one that would go better for him at the University of Arkansas, I'm gonna do that. I'll just switch it out. But I've started his already with, like campus tours. I've showed this before, but that was his audition for drumline, and just like his welcome letter, student orientation, when he got his band scholarship and made the band, and his auditions for drumline. That's just him at the college. So I just put in screenshots of things from his directors and, notes that I've shared on Instagram. My Instagram is home on the ridge, home.on.the.ridge, if you're not familiar. But he tried out for for snare on the drum line, and actually made the line. So I've just been gathering all the stuff for him for that. And I would like to go ahead and put in, like, so he's moving into the camp, you know, on campus on Wednesday, and I'm gonna put some pictures of that. Probably also the camp that he just worked out with his brother, that kind of thing. Just a memory book for him. And then since Jacob, my youngest, is starting high school, his first book is going to be started, and I'll put I've got a couple pictures and things from when he was in camp the past 2 weeks that I need to get printed and put in here. So I plan to do that as well. I print all of my pictures here at home. Let me go get that printer, I'll show you. So I've showed this before, but this is how I print my pictures at home. This is just an Epson Pictute Mate PM 400. You can get this on Amazon. It is the best little printer ever. I've had this one, gosh, since 2017, 2018, and it's still going strong. I love it so much. The pictures that I started printing for my albums that I do are still they look just as good today as they did back in 2017, 18 when I was printing them. So the photo paper is really, really good quality. And that's how I am able to scrapbook and keep up with their albums. So this is like, you can have an app on your phone and just Bluetooth to it, and that's how I print the pictures from home. So I'm gonna work on those. So the next thing that I want to share is super, super exciting. It's not stitchy related, but it's crafty related. And I'm gonna play a video right here, and then I'll show it to you when I come back.
Reset it. That's what it's looking like so far. Yeah, so with this particular leather, it's very easy to scratch. You see, but if you just take fabric or whatever and rub it, any sort of shallow scratches will just disappear. And I think this is like from a brander or a tanner where that came from. I might not be able to get that out. But yeah, most scratches will just burnish right out. Except for any sort of tanning scratches or whatever, but yeah, those add to the beauty of the bag, so it's okay. Just gives it character. Battle scars. But yeah, so this bag has 2 pockets on the inside, which are just kind of dangling there. Big bottom there, which is just this leather doubled up for extra rigidity. It'll still be flexible, so the whole thing is very flexible, but hopefully that'll make it tougher on the bottom. And of course with this stitching, if it ever breaks or whatever, I can just come back, fix it. If it gets scratched up, you can just rub it. Yeah, so it's very, very resilient. This is oil tanned leather, so it's very water resistant. Like they use this stuff for camping, you know, being in the field. So for an office bag, it'll be really water resistant. But yeah, almost done.
So how many stitches you have left?
4 to finish off this main body.
Whoa.
Right there. And then I gotta sew on the straps, which will go in these little spaces up here.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Very cool.
So it's finished up. Figured I'd show you how I saddle stitch stuff. So to set the needles, I just take the thread, put it through. Also notice these are very thick needles, and they're not sharp like fabric needles with big eyes. So I just take the wax thread in there. It has to be waxed so it lasts longer. Then you punch it through itself, pull a little tab, and then pull it. And so that is now tied itself in a knot, and it's not going to come loose as I'm going. And so to get ready for stitch, I also like to burn the end so it doesn't fray. There. So yeah, so to saddle stitch, you need needles on both sides. You need needles on both sides of the thread, and you're basically just making a helix sort of crisscrossing pattern through the leather, and that makes a very strong sort of bond between the pieces. So to finish this bag up, yeah, and you can always stop and pick it back up if you run out of thread like I just did. You just take it through the last hole you got, make them even, and then you just continue the process. It's gonna stick to do it from this way. Let me flip it over so we can keep this consistent. But yeah, so you just keep going as you were. It's gonna take a second to get through this, but do your little wrap to set it in there right, pull it tight. Oh yeah, on the inside I guess I can explain that. So once you punch it through, you just take the other side needle, grab it in a T like that, pull it through, and then turn it 90 degrees, and then punch it back through the exact same hole. And that creates that helix pattern through the leather. And then you wrap it around so it sets right when you pull it, and that makes your thread straight and even. You just rinse and repeat until you're done. Let's see what that next hole is. Sometimes the leather will kind of fight with you and pull away from where it's supposed to be, and so it's actually very interesting because you can really force the leather into all kinds of shapes just by stitching alone without any glue or anything. But yeah, it takes a minute to learn it. It took me like about a month or so to get right. Just a lot of practice. That was also because I didn't have much to work on, but you know, like any skill, the more you do it, the better you get at it. And then eventually it's just muscle memory. You just do it over and over. Finish stitching it up. You want to retrace your steps by 1 or 2 stitches depending on how much wear it's going to get. So for this one, I'm just going to do just a couple. I've already done one, but you just want to retrace your steps. It's going to fight with me because I got to punch through a lot of leather here.
So it's kind of like a sewing machine, how you backtrack.
They make leather sewing machines, but they're insanely powerful.
But you know, when you use the sewing machine and you get to the edge and then you
yeah, exactly,
backtrack.
Pretty much exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
So you just go back through your holes
to set the stitch.
Yeah,
Stitches.
And so that also, when you go back through your stitches that are already there, you have a very high likelihood of punching them, like through the thread that's already there. Also, when it gets stuck, you can use pliers to pull it out. When that happens, it's just like threading the needle. Your needles go through the stitch and it ends up tying a knot on itself. But for added security, I put both needles on the inside of whatever it is. You can see a past knot that I did just a second ago. And I like to just take it, just like you were tying your shoes or something. I lost a needle in there. You just tie knot, pull it tight. You see the wax bubbling up right there. You want to cut it about right there, and then with a lighter, get those two edges together and melt it. And that wax, just like if you were stamping an old letter, that wax will bubble and seal that hole, and this thread will just sit in there like that, and that wax will hold it in place. But yeah, so here it is. Okay, so traditionally these straps are used on a lot thicker leather than this. This will probably stretch, and you know, it's supposed to be round like a cord. This will not be. It will be very squishy. So, and I have no other leather that matches that color. So to remedy that, I'm trying to improvise. So I think if I roll up this same leather tight enough, yeah, it forms a sort of cord. I might be able to just feed this in there once it's sewn up. Yeah, and make it stiffer. So I think that'll work. But yeah, so I'll have to do that. So I think by taking a thin strip, I can just set it in there, stitch it up first, so I don't have to fight it. But then I might be able to fold around that, yeah. And then it makes it tough outside. It's still kind of squishy though, so I might have to mess around with that a little bit, but I think that will work, probably.
So this is a leather bag that Jonah made for me. He made it from leather, hand cut from a pattern that he found online, and it's hand stitched, hand branded. So you saw in the video kind of the steps I've recorded. I asked him if I could just share the process that he used so that I could share that on Instagram, and also for you guys here, of how he made it. So he's been into leather working now for a few years. Prior to that, it was not watercolor, oil painting. I call that his Bob Ross era, when he was like 14, 15. And now I would say 16, 17, 18, he's been into making things out of leather. And I will show you, I'll go grab some of the other things that he's made just to show you. But let me just tell you a little bit about this bag. So the idea to make the bag came about when I changed jobs. Jonah offered to make a bag for me to carry my laptop and planner in to and from the office, just to make the transition from home office to work office easier. And I jumped at the chance to have something handmade from him, obviously. It's just got one large pocket in it. It's kind of hard to see, but I'm sure you guys could see it in the video. And two pockets here on the side. So I can hold my wallet, keys, phone, laptop, planners, like I said, notebooks, pens, anything that I need to transport back, to and from work. This is one of my favorite features here. It's just a little like personal branding. So he had asked me, the pattern called for these little, on both sides, these little flaps, just like decorative flaps. He asked me what I wanted on the flap, and so I thought about it for a long time, and you know, it's not really quite that long to really do much with that space, but I decided to draw like a cursive lowercase m, and so that's my handwriting, and I just made the M there, and he branded it in the leather on both sides. Isn't that awesome? I just love it. It's such a personal touch. But he added these little, I don't know what you call these, but you could add a strap using these. You could clip a strap on. I'm not going to use it like that. I just carry it over my arm like this. But yeah, it's so awesome. Like I said, everything about it is hand stitched from scratch and made with love, and I will cherish it always. So hopefully you guys enjoyed seeing this. I will go grab the rest of the other things that he's made recently, and share those with you also. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I brought my son in here. This is Jonah. And instead of me trying to share the things that he's made, some of the things that he's made out of leather, I thought it would be better and more entertaining if he explained what this stuff is, and a little bit of how he made it and why he made it. So this is the first hat. Jonah, I'll let you.
Yeah, so out of all the things that I've made, the hats are probably the most complete. I've got 3 of them here to show you today. But so that was a Indiana Jones style fedora cowboy hat sort of deal. I got the patterns from a place called Diesel Punk Rho. They make a lot of like leather patterns and stuff. And so yeah, that was the first one I made. I made that when I was like 16, maybe.
Yeah,
so like
I
2 or 3 years ago.
I told him you've been doing it for a few years.
Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, so it's a little rough around the edges, but it was a really good job with like dyeing and adding that color to it.
You hand dyed this, yeah.
Yeah, and then the stitching is a little rough, but I don't know if it'll fit me still, but yeah, it still fits. Yeah.
Okay, kind of move in front of the camera. There you
go. It's okay. I mean, it could have been better, but
it's nice. I love it. It's great. Okay, so
but yeah, and so I think the next one I made was this. This is a helmet that I made. You'll notice it's not dyed on the inside, but yeah, so it's as authentic as I could get it. This is like super thick leather.
Yeah, it's super heavy.
It's hard, almost as wood. But yeah, so I just made, this is all custom made. This wasn't a pattern. So I got the crown put together with this sort of X deal, and then I got the inside patterns. These are rivets, rapid rivets. And so they're just metal posts like nails that hold the pieces together. And then from there, you might be able to see on the inside too. Yeah, the inside's gross. I just figured I'd leave it because it's like a model type of deal. I wouldn't actually like try wearing it, but yeah, so these rivets hold all the pieces together. And then from this crown with the top on, I decided to add extra stuff to like cover parts of the face. And so these panels I got cut out. I also added this as a little motif on the front, make it look more interesting. Yeah, so with these panels, it adds this together as like this sort of T gladiator shape, which I thought was pretty cool. Mm-hmm. And then this goes like down to the base of the neck or so. And I just used some cordage to tie them together, add some more details to it.
You want to try this one on?
Yeah, it kind of, it wasn't made to be worn, so it's like very
come in front of the
rough,
camera.
but
it's awesome. Yeah. I love it. It's cool.
I was very proud of that. Cool. This was all designed by me. I found a guy, there's a channel on YouTube called Skill Tree, and they make a lot of cool stuff, and so I just followed his, the helmet he made, where he just did like a crown and then a couple face things. But yeah, so I just used that as a model and just made my own. It was pretty cool. I enjoyed doing it.
And when did you make this one? It's pretty old. Not as old as this one, but...
No, it was after that one.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know, I think it was like...
It's been a year or two,
after,
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a couple years.
Yeah, I think it was the year after that other hat.
23, I think. 2023.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. I don't keep track. I should write stuff on the inside of the show, but...
We all should.
Yeah, and
so... Okay, the last one. This one he just made.
Yeah, this summer. I made this one.
Right before he finished my bag, he made this one. This one's really fun.
Yeah, so...
Which way does it go?
That's the front right there.
Okay, this is the front.
Yeah. So this one's also by Diesel Punk Rho. I got a pattern online for that one. So it's basically a tricorn hat, which is like Jack Sparrow type of triangle thing that they wear in those movies. But yeah, that one was a lot of fun. It was out of everything I've ever made, that one was probably the cleanest. There was very few mistakes, if at all. I don't remember messing anything up.
Well, it's because you've done it for so long now, you're getting good at it.
Yeah, the stitching was super clean, and I even got to add those little X's on it, which was pretty cool. That wasn't in the pattern. But yeah, so I was very proud of that one.
Yeah, it's really cool. It's different leather, huh?
So those other two were veg tan leather, which means that you can tool them. They can be dyed. You can dye them yourself. And that's how you can do, like on this one, these different designs and stuff. That's tooling the leather. And so with this leather, this was a oil tan. And so basically this thing is like very water resistant. It's when you scratch it, this same stuff as her bag.
We get that bag.
When you scratch it, you can just rub it and then the scratches disappear.
So this is the same leather?
Yeah, same leather. Literally same hide. We got this tanny leather, same hide, and I just made both of these with it.
Very cool. You want to say anything about this bag?
I mean, yeah, I made this after that. This was also Diesel Punk Rho. They make a lot of cool stuff for patterns and stuff. But yeah, I mean, just like the hat, you just cut out the pieces, stitch it together.
Yeah, it's so cool. I love it. I've been carrying it to work for the past week or so, and it's perfect. It's absolutely perfect.
It's very durable too. So both of these, they're very
waterproof. Right?
Yeah, very water resistant. Obviously very scratch resistant because you can just rub off the scratches.
Very cool. You want to try this one on?
Yeah, this one was super tight. I actually probably got the wrong size, but
it's cute. I love it.
Yeah.
Very awesome.
Still the 7 Seas.
Like you could do like Halloween. You could be a pirate for Halloween.
Yeah, it's very tight, but yeah, I could do that.
It's very cool. Very, very cool.
But yeah, so I just find stuff to make, mostly on YouTube. I've made other stuff too. I've made some arrow quivers, a couple pouches, quite a lot of stuff. But
so if anybody's curious, like how did you learn? You're pretty much self-taught, right?
Yeah, so on YouTube there's all kinds of resources. You can learn how to stitch this up like I did. This was all the same stitch. You can learn how to use pretty much anything in leather, where to get the stuff that you need, different stitching techniques like this guy, which I should have used a different stitch, but that is a different technique with the crosses across the two edges. But yeah, basically YouTube. You can find pretty much anything you want.
Yeah, YouTube has a lot of good tutorials for any kind of craft, really. Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, thanks for sharing.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Okay, wasn't that fun? I'm just so proud of him and all that he is able to put together and do. And he's really we have 3 boys, and he's really the only one that has like really taken off with like crafty things. So man, I'm gonna miss that a lot when he goes to college. He's my crafting buddy. We like to do, there's many nights that I'll be stitching on the couch and he'll be stitching leather while I'm stitching cross stitch. So I'm gonna miss that. I try not to think about stuff like that because then I get sad, so hopefully you enjoyed that. I'm sure you did. So the next thing that I wanted to say was just thank you, because I hit 5,000 subscribers here on YouTube, on Flosstube, and it's amazing. I guess the last several videos I said that if there was ever a time when I hit 5,000 that I wanted to do a really big giveaway, and that time has come, because when I looked prior to filming today, it was like 5,100 or something. So I hit that in the last month or so, and I just can't tell you how much I appreciate you guys being here and all the comments that you leave and the friendships that I've made over the year. September will be a year since I have been on Flosstube. I've been on Instagram a lot longer, but yeah, you guys it's just so fun to watch you guys and the progress that you make, even if it's only online, just having those friendships in doing things that you like to do with crafty, like-minded people. It's so fun, and it's just added so much to this hobby that I already love. So thank you. And with that, I will share the things that I have decided to give away. So I have shared these before. So one winner will receive all 3 of these Nerge hoops. So I bought these and I used them for a little while. So they're they're not used terribly, but I did use them a time or two, and just enough to know that they just weren't for me. I know they're super popular in the cross-stitch community, so I didn't want to just toss them. I want them to go where, you know, someone will love them. So one winner will receive these. You have to be 18 years of age or older, because I do have to ask you for your physical address, obviously, to ship these. This is open worldwide, so anyone can enter. And all you have to do is be a subscriber, like this video, and leave a comment. Say the word hoops to enter this giveaway. The second thing that I want to give away are these. These are from, there are floss drops, and they are from, oh gosh, I should have looked this up before I came on here. I'll put it down in the description box because my memory escapes me at the moment, but there are pumpkins. So one winner will win this, this ring full of all of these pumpkins here. Again, and there's some miscellaneous Christmas ones there as well. But if you want to win this one, just put pumpkin in your comment, somewhere in your comment. And that will be one winner. And then the next one are these spiders. So if you want to win this one, just put spiders in your comments, or in your comment, put the word spider. And then this one are these purple bats. So if you want to win this, just say bats. So pumpkins, or pumpkins, either one, spider, and bats. So 3 different winners. Again, be subscribed, like this video, and just put in your comment pumpkins, spiders, or bats. So that's those. And then the next one is really exciting. I know a lot of you guys liked this when I shared it. This item went on sale recently, so I picked up 2 of them, and I'm gonna give away 2 of these. So if you are interested in winning this, put the word house, and I will pick 2 winners for this. I have them here. They are wrapped and ready to go. These are the Haunted House shelves from Michael's this year. And like I said, they went on sale, so I grabbed 2 of them to share the love with you guys as part of this special giveaway. So like I said, make sure you're subscribed, leave a comment, and just tell me, just put a house or haunted house in the comments if you're interested in this one. So again, just make sure you don't say the word giveaway or anything like that that would attract the trolls or spam, and be 18 or older so that I can ask you for your address. And good luck to all the winners. Hopefully these are some exciting things that one of you will, or actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of you are gonna win. So good luck. And thank you for joining us today. I hope that you enjoyed seeing the things that my son made, and just seeing the progress in the stitching that I've done. And happy stitching. Can't wait to see you next time.